Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Drax, aka Batista. Of course, I'm going to say it in every Drax video, which this might be the last Drax video. You know, Dave Batista said he's done after this Guardians movie, and he's like up there as the second one on the list of like, hey, they're probably going to die in this movie. And number one is who I'm saving for last in the wave, kind of, at least for what I have right now, because I don't have Cracklin. So, which Cracklin could die, I guess, but, and Cosmo probably won't die. Please don't kill Cosmo. I love Cosmo. But, you know what I mean. In terms of the core Guardians, he's the second to last one of who I have left to review. And we might lose him. And who knows, maybe the death of him will be the fact that his sensitive nipples are covered. Because they definitely... I wonder if they did this. I bet you they did this because of Dave Batista not wanting to put on the 4 hours of makeup every scene, which I don't blame him. I mean, hey, that's, you know, fair enough. Yeah, I feel like that's probably what it was. It was probably just the makeup. So they were like, hey, you know, let's just give him a suit like everybody else. And I do kind of like that because we got the, you know, they had the team suits in the first one where they had the red Ravager suits and he, you know, threw the jacket away and he just had the pants. So like we got that look already for him. So this just kind of, I don't want to say seemed like a natural progression, but you kind of get what I'm saying. Like just give him more of a team Lee suit instead of a, hey, this is just what I need to wear at the moment. I do wish though, everyone else has fingerless gloves. They didn't give him those, but I'm really happy with this figure, especially because of the fact that for the design of the movie, if they had given him the shirtless look again, they could have just reused the Guardians 2 figure, and they probably would have, I feel like. But this way, they only used the lower half of him, because this is actually, from the waist down, other than the belt, the waist down is all that figure from Guardians 2. That's why he does have pins. But then from the waist up, and from the waist up, it's new, other than his head sculpt, his hands, and his knives. But this head sculpt is newer because this is the head sculpt, I believe, that was in that box set that just came out not too long ago, like the Disney Store exclusive one or whatever. I think that was exclusive to that, unless this is a face printing tech version of the original from 2014. Now stay with me here. That could be the case. I don't know. I don't have that figure. But even if I did, this one has face printing tech, so it just looks better. This looks a lot like Dave Batista. I think this looks great. I do wish they would have given us new hands. I get why they didn't. I get that they wanted to just go with, you know, do as much reuse as they can, which is fine. It's always fine. You know, do whatever you can to cut corners so that all these figures don't have to be deluxe figures. You know what I mean? But it would have been nice to do that. But it's also Batista, so he doesn't really need to. It's like what I was saying. It's the rationale that I made with Star-Lord. His guns are different. They're not as big, so he doesn't need to have up and down hinges, you know what I mean? And it's Batista. He's holding knives. They don't have to go up and down. It's just nice when they go up and down. And speaking of nice, what the freaking heck is up with these knives? They did the same thing they did with Nebula's guns. They're just cast in the gray material. They didn't actually paint them. And if I bring in the other ones, let me rephrase. If I could have found the other ones, then I could have shown that. Where are those? Did I not? Damn it, I guess I didn't find those. But anyway, here's the original Drax. If you guys want to see what that looks like from Guardians 2 that this is based off of. I do like it. I think, actually... Hey, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. The skin tone looks a little different, but not too terribly much. I wonder if we could... I honest to God thought I just broke the head. The ball peg joints are the same-ish, so let's see how this stacks up color-wise. Because it'd be kind of cool if you could take the Guardians 2 Batista and make him have a... that actually looks good. I like it. It actually does look nice. You definitely can spruce up your other figures. That's really cool. I like that you can spruce up the Guardians 2 figures, like I was talking about with Star-Lord from before. So if you wanted a pissed off Drax, this one doesn't have face printing tech, but you could pop this on here real quick, and you could pop this on. There we go. And that looks pretty good. So if you want a pissed off Drax, you could do that. I like it. I think it looks good. Hell yeah. Nice. But back to his accessories. Other than the Cosmo Build-A-Figure piece, he does come with the knives, as I said, and they unfortunately aren't painted. you know, it is what it is at this point. There's nothing we can really do about it. It's not a deal breaker. I'm glad that they still use that same sculpt, so they actually do have the nice detailing on them. You can see the sculpt work that's put into them. There we go. And they look very nice. I do like them. The other ones looked so nice though because they had the black wash on them to bring out that detail, but you can still see it. It's, you know, it is what it is. It's a bummer, but it's not a deal breaker by any means, I don't think. Batista does not have cross eyes. Does he have cross eyes? Honestly, a little bit. I think he does have a little bit of a cross eye, maybe. I don't know. I think that's the way the light's shining and hitting his head. I hope so. But this, so detail-wise, I love that they actually, on his neck, continued the tattoo. So I don't know if you can really see that right there. There you go. But that's cool. They actually continued the sculpt work, too. It's not just paint, either. Which is always a nice touch. I'm glad that they didn't skimp out on that, because they easily could have, and I'm glad they didn't. And, you know, actually, now that I'm pointing it out, like I talked about I think they just all have maybe some different suits. Because, like, just minor tweaks here and there. Because, you know, I was saying I hoped that they didn't just skimp out on the female costumes, because I could have seen them doing that, you know, unfortunately. But honestly, their suits are more akin to each other than, if I bring in Peter real quick, than his, because there's like 2 lines kind of on Drax's chest right here. Like there's 2 lines going on here, but Peter's lines are a lot more defined, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's some differences going on. And like if I bring in Nebula, bring her a little closer as well, hers are a little bit sleeker too. And Batista's are more angular than that one, so I don't know what exactly is going on here. I can't tell if it's, they all have different like suits a little bit. Yeah, they do. Oh, they do. Oh my God, that's so cool. You're watching me just have revelations in real time here. They have different ones because if you look right here, Nebula has 2 little notches above that one button right there, like blue notches for that strap. Drax has 2 as well, but his are like thicker. And then Peter has 3 on his. So yeah, they do have like a little bit. So it's almost, maybe it's like a subtle ranking kind of thing. Because I think that Rocket might have that too. And you know, Rocket and Peter are like more the leaders of the team and that kind of thing. So I wonder if that's maybe what that is to signify. It could be. I don't know if that's necessarily something that they would have intentionally done, maybe, but I mean, honestly, I could see them kind of going for something very subtle like that. Why not? Sure. As for his articulation, as I showed, he does have just a joint, you know, like the standard ball and hinge, which goes up that far, which is pretty good. So you can get him into a nice crunching forward pose with that head sculpt. Can go down all the way as well, which is really good. His shoulders go out that far. No butterfly joints or anything, but his arms can go all the way around. It does start to run into the shoulder pad piece just a little bit, but, you know, it does, you can move it around, all that kind of stuff. It's got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go up about that far, but if you futz with it, you get it a little deeper. Like I said, his hands are on the standard hinges instead of the up and down, which is a bummer, but not a deal breaker. As I showed, his torso can go pretty far forward and pretty far back, which is awesome, and it doesn't break the sculpt up at all, which is really nice as well. He does have a waist swivel. His legs go out all the way, which is awesome. They go that far forward and that far back. He's got thigh swivel, double jointed knees that go back that far. No boot swivel or anything like that, but his feet go back that far, up that far, and of course, ankle pivot. Now on to some size comparisons. Here he is with the whole rest of the wave that I have so far, as I've said, other than Kraglin and Groot, because when I'm filming this, I don't have Kraglin. I don't know why, but I ordered everybody but Kraglin, and I didn't even realize it until they started coming out, and I was like, well, where's my Kraglin? I didn't order him. But he will be here in a couple days, so his review will be coming, just to let you guys know. And then Groot, I don't know. Amazon is being weird and saying still May 3rd, so we'll have to just see. These look so good, though. God, I love how these look together. Overall, and as a surprise to no one, I'm sure, I really enjoy this figure and this whole wave. This wave is seriously wave of the year so far for me. I can't get over how good this wave is. And I love the detail in the suits. I love the uniformity of the suits, or the uniformity of the uniforms, I guess. And the Build-A-Figure, a lot of people were upset about, but I really like the Build-A-Figure so far because I'm just missing the one leg, and it's nice to have a Cosmo. I don't know. It's cool. And you also could use Cosmo as part of your comic display if you wanted, so I don't know why people are so up in arms about it. I don't know. Would people have preferred it be Groot instead of a deluxe one, and then we just never got Cosmo? Like, no matter what, we were going to get Groot, right? Because it's Groot, so I'm good with him being in deluxe, and then we got Cosmo as the BAF. I think that's awesome. Also, where's the High Evolutionary? Why was High Evolutionary and Gamora, why were they both not in this wave? Like, why did we not get them? I wonder if maybe we're going to get like a 2-pack or something of them at some point, because I really want that High Evolutionary. He looks awesome. And then Gamora, I guess we'll just maybe have to see. Maybe they're going to come with spoilery stuff, so they're just not going to have them come out until later. Maybe we'll get like a second Guardians wave like they did for Infinity War when we got the second wave of that, and that Thor was garbage, but that Nat was just amazing. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.